Hey, what's going on, you creeps? It's Joshua from the Based on True Events podcast, and I want to take a second to talk about Anchor. Now, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. I know I could probably stop right there, but I won't. So there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Basically, nobody listens to you. It don't matter. You can still make that money. That's exactly right. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free app or go to anchor.fm to get started today.
Back at it again.
Again. What's going on, man?
Shit.
We're just telling a story at the end of the day.
You can enjoy a fully clothed, totally platonic cuddle session. Not sure what we're doing.
Are these lines safe? Yeah, we can literally say anything we want.
Talk mad shit.
Please continue to follow us. You can find us on all social medias.
All social medias.
All social medias.
All podcasts.
Everywhere that you could listen to a podcast, we're pretty much there.
Rolling. Dude,
I just pointed to you.
You're never going to leave that shit down. I'm just going to fuck with you forever from now on. Shit. I love it. Shit.
Yeah, that's always good.
So what's going on,
that's
man?
That's your catchphrase.
What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
How's it going?
It's going.
That's a good time to segue into
Jesus.
my next conversation.
That's what it is. This is a fucking pick on roast Josh.
Roast you episode. Nah, man.
That's fair.
I just, the awkward beginning of the evening.
Yeah. We're like, how do we start this? I don't know. Just fucking hit the record button and we'll ask each other how we're doing.
No. So we were talking about work and my schedule. I think escalating late ass emails. Yeah, man. But that is the nature of the beast that I took on, and I think yours is a similar beast.
It is. Luckily, mine gets turned off. 6:37ish.
Right.
Or if somebody does reach out to me, I just ignore them.
Well, I mean that's
because I can. I know you can't do that, but I can.
That's the glory of leadership, I guess. You
Fair
just
enough.
tell people fuck off. that ain't in my that is not my scheduled day.
Well, they'll just they'll call. It goes to voicemail. Then they'll email me, and I don't answer it. And then they'll text me, and I don't answer it. And then I'll get a text back. Oh, sorry to bother. I'll talk to you in the morning. I'm like, yeah, you got the fucking hint.
Yeah, no, but I'm, I like what I do. So that makes life a little easier when you get the late work day.
Yeah. I like doing this better.
No, I definitely do.
More.
I like it better. But no, I mean, dude, for real, the big thing for me right now is, like, even though I like what I do and blah, whatever. I do like doing that. I like doing this a lot more, obviously, but I just like spending time with my kid, man.
It's fun, isn't it?
As weird as, like, I never thought I always knew I would like being a dad. Like,
right.
You see these people
I did not.
That you see with their kids and you're like, oh man, you fucking hate being a parent.
Right.
Like, I always wanted to be like the dad.
For a long time, I did not. I knew I'd be a good dad, but I was like, I don't really want to do all that. But I was stupid. I was young. I'm gonna be, we're all party forever and, woo.
Yeah.
Never grow up.
I got Peter Pan syndrome.
No shit. Well, I'll be honest with you. Like, I brought out the laser pointer to, like, chase the cat, and I found out, oh, my kid chases this shit too. Like, this is fucking awesome. And then I was like, oh, is this, like, bad? Is this bad parenting? That I'm like, hey, look at the laser. Stop watching TV. Look at it.
So this is the most ridiculous. Like, I spent 30 minutes, 45 minutes today, and we have, like, this little, like, it's a one step, and in that one little step there's a recess between the door to the garage and the door to the basement. And my kid was just, he was going up the step and down the step, up the step. It's just one step, just up and down, up and down, up and down. But he was like holding my hands so that I would help him like learn how to get up and down the steps.
Whoa.
Like, and just for a moment, like, I mean, that whole time period, I was like, this is it for me. I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And like if I won the lottery, I would teach my kid how to walk up and down a step. Like like shit like that. Like, you know, like one thing, the next thing, the next thing. Like I'm just completely content spending time.
Oh, I agree. And that's awesome. It is totally fun. That's what Sundays are for me. Well, I have little moments of anxiety because they're sponges, you know what I mean? And so I'm sitting there like, oh my God, he's watching every fucking thing I do. I was like, oh God, don't fuck this up.
Yeah, man.
Like, oh shit, oh God, like,
dude, with me, like you hear how I cuss and
right.
Like I'm not
you.
Yeah. So I've had.
Speaking of which, I cuss way too much.
I've had to fucking trail back. I've had to put my work personality on
work voice
sometime, like to a significant amount at home. So I'm just not like screaming fuck this, like, you know. Well, I'm not dropping, you know,
f-bombs and hard C's,
dropping a hard C or you know, hard T at the wrong time, you know.
I don't cuss around, obviously, in the retail world, customers and whatever. I don't cuss around my wife because different cultures. This is not whatever, and I don't cuss around my kids. So I guess maybe
I even cuss in front of your wife.
I don't, man. Do you?
Maybe I feel
honestly,
like it's lost in translation.
I was going to say, but if you cuss, I don't even notice it because it's just like, all right. That's fucking, you know, in one ear out the other.
Well, I've had people tell me that me saying fuck or me cussing, it just kind of is.
It fits.
It's just kind of is the conversation. It's not. It doesn't seem. It seems more out of place when I'm not cussing.
Right.
They're like, I can tell you're holding back if you're not swearing.
It's okay. Yeah. Be who you are.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I unleash a ton of F-bombs down here. Maybe I'm just getting them all out of my system because I know I got
it's like fucking Tourette's.
But I'll be honest with you, like I listened to one of the episodes and I said fuck like every other word. Kind of like how we were getting on each other I think it was near the beginning. We say like too much.
Yeah.
Everybody says like too much.
Yeah.
Like totally, dude. Like totally. Well, every other word was fuck and I was like, this is not. That's not normal.
I don't mind saying fuck all the time. It drives me crazy.
Like?
Yeah. It drives me fucking bonkers.
I never even noticed it.
I do it all the time and I hate it. I fucking hate it.
Now, fucking everybody's going to be like, hey, you say like and fuck a lot.
Yeah, you're going to need to edit all that out.
It's not going to happen. Yeah. I don't even know how to edit.
Yeah. What's the pause button?
What's this button do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not it.
Yeah.
That's the fucking, that button says fuck.
Consummate professionals here. Based on true events.
Yeah. So
speaking of which,
segue. If you like,
segue.
If you like what you're hearing.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Lost all our listeners right there.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you are still around, go to our social media sites. Instagram and go ahead, dude. Shit.
Instagram and Facebook. Based on True Events Podcast.
That's right. On the twatter. It is Podcast BOTE, Podcast BOTE.
And if you don't enjoy social media and you don't go to the Twitters, your Instagrams, or your Facebook, and you still want to contact us, give us suggestions.
Give us a Gmail.
Give us the Gmail at...
Hit them up.
Based on True Events Podcast at gmail.com.
Boom. That's right. Keep your suggestions coming because we still got the contest going.
Contest for Who Wrote for BOTE.
Who Wrote for BOTE. You'll get a dope BOTE t-shirt.
And then we've got our field trip episode coming up where you get to pick...
Where we go.
You choose, we lose.
That's the best one, yeah. Shit. No, you choose, Shep loses. That doesn't rhyme, though. Yeah, it doesn't have the same zing.
You choose, we lose. We at least losing in a pocketbook.
Yeah, that's true.
Some of these places ain't cheap, son.
That shit. Do you mind if I tell? Dude, I was laughing. So Shep's wife commented on it, one of the locations. I can't remember which one it was. And I was like,
Punderson Manor.
And I was like, dude, what the fuck? Because Shep really wants to go to Waverly because it's the closest. Let's face it. I want to go to Waverly because it's going to have the most action, which means
action.
Yeah.
It's going to be a spooky good time.
It's going to be the most fun, and I think the most haunted place out of the 4. But so his wife chose the Punderson or whatever, and I was like, dude, your wife's fucking you. Why the hell would she choose that? He goes, well, because she knows it's only $100 a night.
She's pinching them pennies, son.
I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah, she was looking at like one of the packages was like $1,000 or something for like the VIP.
Yeah, I was like, we're not doing that one. Who the fuck do you think I am?
And she was like, it was the best thing ever. She goes, I mean, you know, if that's what you're gonna do, that's what you're gonna do, and da da da. And I was like, no, like that needs to be a conversation you're checking us up on. Like,
yeah,
you're like $1,000 for a field trip
field trip that I don't even want to do.
I'm not even that interested in going. So this is a Josh-driven episode. So yes, you need to call into question the $1,000 trip. So
so you choose, we lose. It is the Hannah House, Waverly Hills, the Whispers Estate, or Punderson, the $100 Punderson Manor.
Punderson Manor. You get what you pay for at the Punderson Manor.
Not a cheap ass spooky good time.
Yeah, a discount spook.
A discount spook. Oh, shit. But yeah, so please vote. Please send your suggestions. That shit's fun as hell for us, so keep it coming.
Yes.
You guys are kicking ass on that, by the way. We're getting votes literally every day. There's our ding again, dude.
I don't know what
I don't know how to turn it off.
I don't know what you got going on over there, but
it's the stupid ass, and you know what's fucked up about that?
It's always your wife.
It's a work fucking text.
Yeah, well, that's why,
Sons of bitches. Anyway.
Just giving me shit about emails and stuff.
I know, and here I get a hit.
Ding!
And it dings while we're recording.
Yeah,
Class acts over here, folks.
Top notch.
Top notch. So, your episode, bro.
It is, man.
I'm going to sit back and do nothing.
Cool. It's just like every other episode.
What's new? Oh,
so,
shit.
I didn't take a suggestion this week. I didn't...
Audible, right?
I pulled an Audible.
Nice.
This is gonna be okay.
Well, fingers crossed. Yeah. You don't sound real confident. I'm not gonna lie.
I like this. I like this story.
Sweet.
What if I were to tell you that the entire United States NASA program was originally developed by the Nazis?
Oh, please tell me more, because I don't know what I would say to that, to be honest with you.
So,
I think I might
Nazis in space.
Nazis in space. I would say this sounds like an awesome movie.
Yes. Okay. Well, there's been a ton of like Nazi in space movies, like Nazis on the Moon and Dark Side of the Moon kind of shit. But no. So tonight's episode is
Bring It.
Wernher Von Braun.
Wernher Von Braun?
Yes, he is.
Never heard of this motherfucker.
Okay, his entire name is Wernher, which Wernher is spelled Wernher.
Werner?
It's but they like
I get it.
They rough up that W.
Bad attempt at being funny.
Germany.
Yeah.
Werner Magnus Maximilian Wernher von Braun.
Führer.
Yeah. That's some
pretty close to
Führer.
Yeah. I'm like,
so, dude, it's a Nazi.
It's a Nazi, all right.
Okay. So for anyone who doesn't know, Wernher von Braun is actually the mastermind behind NASA. Wow. The entire rocket program for the United States. He is the reason. Oh God, this is going to lead us right into whether you believe that we landed on the moon. This is the guy who sold us that dream. Okay, so
Kubrick faked the whole thing.
Yeah, I guess. So, Wernher von Braun is, like I said, the mastermind of the American space program. He was born on March 23rd, 1912, and he died on June 16th, 1977.
Oh shit.
He was
1912.
Yeah.
All right.
1912. Yes.
Okay.
So we're gonna now. on to the fun stuff. So you know that he's the father of American aerospace program.
Yeah, how the fuck did this happen? Okay, well, you're going to tell me.
I'm going to tell you. So, allegiances, Nazi Germany. Service branch, the SS. Years of service, 1937 to 1945. Rank, he was a major.
Jesus.
In the SS.
He's a major Nazi.
Yeah, he was a major Nazi. Awards, the Knight's Cross of the War, Merit Cross of the Swords, and a War Merit Cross, first class with swords, 1943.
Really cool sounding medals.
Yeah, I mean, Germans didn't really fucking pull any punches when it came to patting themselves on the back. So anyway, he started out life in Germany as a rocket scientist, and he is actually the mastermind behind the V2 rocket program originally. So
I'm going to sound real stupid. I don't know what that is.
V2 rocket program was basically the Wunderweapon that was being developed by the Nazis.
The Wonder Weapon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's
Make sure I didn't know you spoke German.
Not much.
Yeah.
Like
just basically every time there's a W, just pronounce it with a V.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. It's wonderful. So anyway, so yes, he was the mastermind behind the V2 rocket program. And basically the V2 rocket program in Germany, in Nazi Germany during World War II was, okay, so the Germans were getting real good at getting in their bombers, and they had what was called the Blitzkrieg, which was their fighter jets, and they would just shred the American planes and the British planes and stuff, but they would also just bomb the fuck out of England and Europe proper.
Lovely.
So the idea was the Germans were like, well, look, if we can fuck them up real bad and not have to leave home, let's see about doing that. So then was born the V2 rocket program.
All right.
So essentially before Wernher Von Braun, there was no rocket.
Huh.
There was, I mean, it was basically what they would do is they would shoot basically a dumb projectile in one direction and hope it landed in a certain spot.
Where they were aiming. Right.
Yeah. And they're like, you know what? Let's just shoot another one. We'll shoot another one. We'll shoot another one. We'll shoot
Until
another
we get the right.
Right. But you were still limited in range.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So what the V2 rocket program was a way for basically the Germans to sit at headquarters and basically try to develop something that could go beyond the range of basically a projectile weapon. And it was to basically keep resources at home so that they're not having to fly bombers and pilots and stuff over enemy territory to drop bombs.
Kamikazes and shit.
Yeah. So essentially this was the Wunderweapon, or the Wonder Weapon of World War II, was essentially this rocket program.
No shit. Okay. All right.
And he was the guy who did that.
Learning is fun.
Okay, and so the Saturn V rockets, have you ever heard of those?
Of course not.
Okay, Saturn V rockets are essentially... Okay, I want to figure out how I want to tell this story. Okay, so World War II ends, okay, and when World War II ends, there's a whole lot of Nazis that don't have war anymore. They definitely don't have much of a country left.
What do we do now?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
So the United States, and arguably some Russians, basically were the United States and the Russians were already in the beginnings of the Cold War. Okay.
All right.
And so the United States didn't want to get crushed by the Russians. So what did they do? They say, okay, well, we have all of these scientists from Germany that don't have a job anymore. What do we do?
Employ them.
So there's a thing called Operation Paperclip, where we just basically gathered up all the top scientists that were Nazis
Fantastic.
and brought them to America.
Jesus Christ.
So You take the guy who is the mastermind behind the V2 rocket program, and you say, okay, what can you do? And he's like, well, I can fucking shoot rockets.
Can't beat them, join them.
So essentially, the Saturn rocket program, which was the beginning of NASA,
okay,
is basically just a German fucking German
Missile.
V2 rocket that they just basically made big.
Wow.
And changed the little emblem from a swastika to an American flag.
Put a flag. Wow.
Yeah, the Saturn V rockets are just German rockets.
Wow.
So when I said Nazis in space,
Literally
the entire track record, the birth of NASA, all of the projects that came out of NASA in the 60s and the early 70s and middle 70s, and even really the direction moving forward after his death in 1977, were all laid. All that groundwork was laid by a Nazi.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, so they're like, yeah, dude's really smart. I guess we'll just overlook the fact that he's a Nazi.
Oh, we're getting there.
Oh,
There's plenty
Okay.
on his career as a Nazi.
fantastic. Oh, God.
So
Oh, Jesus.
the reason I'm all right, let me start, I guess, this part by saying the reason that I'm telling this story is not many people know
Never heard of it.
that Nazis basically founded our technological
system.
jumps of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And I feel like that's something that we need to at least take a look at as a modern society, that it's like we're okay with overlooking genocide.
Yeah. Well, now we got Space Force. It's like it's come full circle.
Right. So
Nazis are back in charge. Sorry, I'm not even gonna. All right.
So basically, there's some argument. A lot of people that know that Wernher Von Braun was a Nazi like to kind of play advocate for him and say, oh, well, it was just...
He was a good Nazi?
Well, he was this advanced scientist who, just because of the location that he was in, they were kind of like the top of the programs that he was working in. So it was like, all right. I mean, Einstein came out of Germany too. He bounced because he was Jewish. So he's like, all right, I got to go, son.
Yeah, they don't really like me here.
Wernher von Braun, he's German and German,
He was crushing it over there.
So they're like, you know what? We ain't gonna put you in a box and try to kill you. So He was like, you know what, man, I could probably dance. So a lot of people try to play like, oh, he was a victim of circumstance. He was just right.
Yeah.
So one of the things that he said is that he was aware of the Nazi Party's behavior, but he was powerless to do anything about it. He could not impact policy.
He was a general.
No, he's a major.
Or major.
But he was a major who was in charge of their weaponry.
Yeah, major asshole.
Yeah. So, and he wasn't even just like saying that you're a Nazi, that's bad. Right. Saying that you're in the SS, that's whoa.
Well, it's so bad you got all rowdy.
Yeah. Saying that you're in the Nazi Party, that's bad. Saying that you're in the SS, that's worse. Okay.
Right.
But this dude was in an elite part of the SS.
Oh God.
Yeah. So he was in the Allgemeine or whatever. I'm just saying it.
Okay.
I obviously don't speak German, but he was in the upper echelon of the SS.
Wow.
So he was privy to planning.
Oh jeez.
He was planning. He worked arm in arm with the guys who brought you Auschwitz and Dachau. He helped them plan and organize these concentration camps.
Oh yeah, he was just a product of
his environment.
Oh Jesus.
And so he and while there's some argument to say, well, he didn't build or plan that. He's a project manager who was in charge of a lot of people. And one of the more interesting factoids about the V2 rocket program, program that was in Germany, the V2 rocket program in Germany during World War II that became the American NASA program was it was built with slave labor.
Oh, come on. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So
God.
So these concentration camps were basically emptied.
Oh no!
In some fashion of skilled laborers from Auschwitz to help work during the rocket program.
Oh no!
In the factories, which he completely endorsed.
Oh Jesus!
Yes, in 1943.
That's awful.
So more people died in the building of the V2 rocket than were ever killed by one.
Oh my God.
20,000 people of slave labor descent.
Oh no.
Died in the creation of the V2 rocket program. Did I mention that it's also the Saturn rocket program that we part of NASA? Okay.
There's nothing funny about this. I don't know why I'm laughing. So I'm honestly like fucking speech. I'm shocked.
Yeah. So of these 20,000 former concentration camp detainees that then became slave laborers died from illness, beatings, hangings, intolerable working conditions.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they were. Yeah, Jesus.
Yes. So.
Wow, that is really fucked up. Yeah. Oh my God.
So, again, like I said, his quote after he became an American was that he was aware of the Nazis' regime and their policies, but was unable.
I was helpless.
He was helpless, unable to impact policy. I think not making the rockets or maybe changing, like, dude, I don't need 20,000 slaves.
Yeah.
Bro.
Take it easy, dude.
You know what? I need 15 guys who are pretty good at some math, and we can figure some shit out. So,
dude was a monster.
Well,
just like the rest of them.
We paint him as the father of American rocketry.
There's no we in that, but yeah.
So there's also, like, if you look this dude up, like, one of the first things that you can look up if you type this dude's name into YouTube is a 5-minute video on YouTube about him discussing equality in the workplace.
Oh, come on, no, dude.
So the real argument about this guy is, like, you know, you hear these stories about these like crazy Nazi fuckers that like escaped Nazi Germany at the end of World War II, and then they kind of like filter into like South America and like all these other places. But they couldn't still be Nazis, you know, so they had to act like they had to play the role of.
I'm not a Nazi.
Yeah, I'm not.
What Nazi?
Fuck those Nazis.
Too stupid.
Fuck Nazis.
Fuck Nazis. Oh shit.
But you know, the argument is this dude really plays the role. Like, so when he gets over here, he talks about, you know, Hitler wished he was the next Napoleon. He had a god complex, and he had this, and he had that. You know, he's just a deplorable son of a bitch. He does videos on.
They were butt buddies.
Yeah, he does these videos on like workplace equality and like blah 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 blah.
What a
but
hypocrite.
The real fucking story is this dude wasn't just a Nazi. He wasn't just in the SS. He was in an upper echelon. Like he hung out with.
He was like a Nazi among Nazis.
Like he hung out with Goebbels. Like as many bad things as you can say about Hitler, like Goebbels was worse.
Right.
Like and this is like somebody he was in that circle of dudes.
Oh my God.
But he couldn't affect policy.
No.
He had no input or
poor guy.
Yeah. He's a victim.
Wrong place at the wrong time.
A victim of circumstance. I really want to I want to slam that word home. Used as a victim of circumstance.
A victim.
How many millions of people died, but he is a victim of circumstance.
Bunch of horse shit.
So, I bring this story for a very...
I'm just, and not to interrupt you, I'm just curious how many people, if anyone, after that intro is still listening,
Sorry,
knows this story.
I mean, there's probably a fairly large cross section of the population that knows this, but you have to be kind of like me, you know, like you have to kind of be into, you know, some of the finer points of NASA, but I do want to.
Clearly, I am not. What's a rocket?
What's a rocket?
What's a rocket? Oh shit!
But the other, I mean, we're joking, we're laughing about one of history's monsters.
That's what I said. I can't I don't know why I can't wipe this face, smile off my face. It's horrible.
But yeah, no. So we
and he just played us, not us. He played them.
He played well, dude.
I had no part in this.
Dude. He died at the age of 65. He
lived way too long.
A highly prominent figure in American history.
Oh yeah, you know he got paid too.
Oh yeah, dude. He never had to fucking worry about shit.
That fucker lived a good life.
Yeah.
God damn it.
20,000 people died in the development of the V2 rocket program.
Poor
me. We're not talking about people dying like slave labor.
Yeah, horrible deaths.
Yeah, he's a victim of circumstance.
Jeez.
So anyway, this is one figure.
There should be a movie made of this.
I'm sure
I wonder if there is.
But this is one figure. I remember how at the beginning of this, I kind of prefaced the fact that at the end of World War II, there was a lot of scientists,
multiple
doctors, tops of their field that came over to the United States.
There's like a whole bunch of them and shit. Oh God.
We brought the upper echelon of the SS over to the United States and said, "Build us some science."
Oh. Hey, Nazis.
So
we need a little help over here.
To put this into perspective.
I think I got it. Fuck.
Just to maybe hammer this point home.
God.
The idea that, you know, we have of that time period is very... I mean, it's how I grew up. Like, I didn't know that NASA was built by Nazis.
I literally did not know until almost 40 minutes ago.
So,
it literally, I had no clue.
Yeah. So, I mean, the idea that we brought all these scientists over, that they were never brought to justice for any of the shit. And I don't care. You can say, I couldn't fucking change anything. I didn't fucking know anything. Mm-hmm. Dude, there are other scientists from that time period that fucking left, bro.
Yeah, right.
Like, they decided to not be part of one of the most destructive regimes in the history of mankind.
Yeah, Mr. Smarty Pants, build a rocket and fucking jump on it and get the fuck out.
You know what? I know they're doing a lot of really horrible stuff, but I want to build a rocket.
Yeah, right. And stay.
And stay. Wait.
And help.
Wait.
In fact,
you're telling me, you're going to tell me that as long as I don't say anything about you killing all these millions of people because of the color of their skin or their religious belief, you're telling me as long as I don't say shit about that, I can have all the money.
All the monies?
All the monies and do whatever the fuck I want. And then if you guys fuck up, I can just go across the puddle and get a job there. Okay, cool.
And they'll pay me more?
Wow. Because you know what comes along with NASA, right?
No, I don't know.
It is a foothold in the battle of the Cold War against Russia.
Oh, right.
Because what goes up to go to the moon, you can drop in the front door of Moscow.
Oh, shit.
That is why you bring your Nazi war criminal buddies.
Yep.
Who just lost a war that we kicked them.
Wow.
You bring them over here to build us rockets so we can shoot stuff at other people.
So now we can shoot shit. That's right. Wow.
So, boys and girls.
What's the motto of the story? Jesus.
So the moral of this story is we tell a lot of stories about these horrible fucking child killers and these mass murderers and these fucking serial killers.
Monsters. Oh,
Monsters.
Yeah, I like, that's what they are.
On the worst end of the spectrum of any story that we've told, even if you pump it up to like the most highly out there estimate of their kill count,
yeah,
maybe 100 people,
right,
just going loose. This dude,
20.
on behalf of him, whether he shot the gun or killed the person or starved them or did any of it with his own pen, he was a party to 20,000 people dying in the name of a rocket. And then we brought him over here and gave him a job.
Paid him mightily. So the more I'm thinking about this, because I was in shock, and I'm like, we're joking around and we're laughing, and it's mainly because it's fun to say V's with W's and wascally shit.
Wascally
but truthfully, this is pretty fucked up. Not pretty fucked up. This is like really fucked up. Yeah. This might be one of the worst people we've covered. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm sitting here really. It's kind of like
20,000.
I know.
People.
But it's really kind of, now that I'm like, okay, that was fun to like laugh over. My defense laughter, of course. But now it's really kind of hitting home. This is horrible.
Yeah.
Like the fact that
if you get real good at killing people, we'll employ you.
Oh, God, dude. Are people going to knock on our door for this one?
They're going to knock on your door.
Fuck, damn it. That's true. Holy shit. That's really fucked up.
So you asked me what I bring to the episode. What character? Nazis in space is a lot darker of a story than you saw at the beginning.
No shit. It's a different type of dark, because it's like I can't fathom that.
It's
like that,
statistical dark.
Yeah, well, and that's really scary, and it's factual is scary.
Well, no, I was saying statistical. Like once you get to 20,000, that's no longer like a body count. That's like
that's mass.
That's
oh, dude.
And
fuck.
just
that's fuck. The whole, anytime you talk about Nazis, people are okay with them getting killed for a reason.
How do you feel about it when we give them a job?
No shit. It's like, damn it, dude. And it's like, wow, NASA's awesome. Well, hold on.
Yeah.
It's like, geez.
Yeah. Yep.
Didn't start off. Now,
So all of those people, other than those people
Yeah.
that have the argument about whether or not we landed on the moon, is that really the fucking conspiracy theory you want to go drumming up the fucking hill? Why don't we start talking about the Nazis who ran fucking NASA in the 60s?
Wow. And there's people are going to be like, yeah, but without NASA, it was worth it. And I'm just going to be like, smack you in the Jesus Lord. That's fucked.
Dude, I know that,
wow.
There's a lot of times there's a body count when it comes to scientific advancement. Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
Like certain things like, oh shit, man, we fucked up,
Yeah, right.
But this isn't fucked up. This is malicious extermination of humans.
Yeah.
For the point of genocide. And they strap the little idea on it that it's like industry and advancement and technology.
No,
but at the end of the day,
at
the end of the day, you had prison camps full of people that were going to be exterminated, and you were just a mechanism in which that could be completed.
And I think what really bothers me is the fact that the people that hired him knew. Oh, yeah. They had to have known.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Well, no, that's how they got him over here.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Because he would have gone to the Russians. So they say, okay, well, no, look, dude, you come with us, you build this, and you know what? We'll forget about everything that
we'll
you did.
Ignore the fact that you've killed thousands. Oh, dude.
If anyone
this
wants
is a
to
head
look,
fuck, dude.
If anyone wants to look up, there's pictures of him sitting at the desk at NASA giving these very like
middle finger.
No,
like I got you.
No, these giving these like stories. Like, I mean, I think there's like video of him with like Walt Disney talking about the world of tomorrow and shit.
Oh no.
And like selling this like pretty picture to the kiddos, and then you can flip to a couple Google images and find him in his SS uniform. like standing with all like Goebbels and Himmler and shit.
Oh my God.
So I mean, I felt like that was an interesting turn of phrase.
I honestly don't. That fucks with my head. For real, I'm like, I don't even know what to say about it. I'm like, that really fucks with my head. That shit's gonna stick with me. Just because it's like, how could this fucking happen? No. I'm kind of, part of me is waiting for me to
this
go.
was planned.
Well,
they planned it.
Part of me keeps waiting for you to be like, oh no, I'm fucking with you.
No,
like
man,
it's
this one's 100% true.
God damn it. That's what I was afraid of.
Like even, all right, so like if you want to water this down.
I don't know how you can.
If you want to water this down and say that he's a victim of circumstance and he really had no ability to impact the political ideology of his higher ups, I mean, you can sell that fairy tale to yourself if you really want to. But if you really look at kind of who he was, like in the German structure of things, like, dude, he was a bad dude. He wasn't a good guy.
Right.
But
it's the same thing as like, oh well, yeah, Hitler, came over to America and fucking created,
Well, we know he killed millions of people, but
yeah, I can't even think of anything funny to say. I'm like, this is so fucked, dude. You messed up my head. I'm like, damn it. Okay, so you know me. I'm the one who likes to go, okay, I can put my headspace. I can hear a story that's horrible and kind of make it sugar-coated to myself so that it's tolerable and I can go on.
He would have had to cure cancer with something that he developed to kind of even the scales, I think. He would have had to have, like...
I don't even know if that's... Yeah.
So when I accidentally bumped the microphone, now you understand the level of...
Yeah, dude.
The hurdle here.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't pass out. What are you talking about? Like, I'm like sitting here going, oh my fuck, what are these words? Like, I hear what you're saying, but it wasn't registering. And we're like joking, and all of a sudden it's hitting me, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
I feel dirty.
Yeah.
Like, I feel fucking filthy right now.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, I can't sugarcoat this one for myself. There's no way for me to shake, like, the thing and be like, oh, well, I can...
That was kind of the point of the episode.
Water it down. No, you can't water this down. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
We're horrible. God damn it.
We didn't do this.
No, we didn't.
I mean, America did this.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Started. Well, and
we've done a lot of horrible shit. I mean, hey. Fucking,
yeah. And,
I know I'd probably bash on America, but I fucking love where I live. I mean, don't get me wrong.
I mean, I love where I live too.
Yeah.
And there is no country without fault.
No, right.
I mean,
of course not.
I mean, I don't even really want to.
Well,
I don't want to put this in perspective by saying, well, so and so, this country did this.
Well, Germany was worse. They had Nazis.
Well, no, yeah, they started that.
But then we hired Nazis. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, like we gave them a free pass. We gave a lot of them a get out of jail free card.
No shit.
So, I just thought, I'd bring a happy, warm story,
a happy, fuzzy story
of.
I'm glad you did it because I like learning, even though this is a hard one to fucking stomach almost. Like, I don't know why this one bothers me so much. Well, I know why, because I'm a fucking good person.
It's fucking terrible.
This is horrible.
That dude's fucking terrible.
Right, exactly.
But we fucking, like, literally, if you watch any video of Wernher Von Braun in the United States,
yeah,
they're all like these just really, like, watered down, like... I'm a real nice guy.
Right.
I'm just here to help with technology.
I usually like to Google images, even though if I know horrible shit's going to come up. I don't know if I want to do it on this guy.
You want to see a picture of him?
Not really.
I mean, he really does. He looks like... I mean, there's a lot of people who know what this dude looks like, but...
All I can picture is a dude in a fucking Nazi uniform, like in my head. You know what I'm saying?
That's a picture of him, like kind of before he died, and he's got like the slicked back hair. Like, he looks like if you put him in the right setting in that picture, and there's a lot of pictures of him like this, he could have like been a presidential candidate. Like,
yeah, you know what's crazy though, because
he looks like a statement.
Yeah, but because you told me the story first, I can see the evil.
Yeah, dude.
Straight up, like, evil. In his eyes. I'm like, dude, and he's got this, like, fucking little smirk.
But that is the
face of
that
evil.
picture is like this very like him in a nice suit with his hair combed. And,
no, he's got his hands crossed, and he's wearing this dapper suit. And
yeah,
his hair's all nice and slick. And
he looks like he could be a cast member from Mad Men.
Yeah, and hold on, let me see which hand is that. No, okay, it's not a wedding ring. He does look like a cast member of Mad Men, right?
But he is one of history's great monsters.
No shit, Wernher Von Braun. That's fucking frightening. God damn. Dude.
So, I just I thought I'd bring the kiddos a happy story of history,
rainbows and
of history. I've done 2 stories now on the glitter and glam of World War II and where it kind of led.
Oh God!
So
I really need to go watch something like what's that priest movie that that hilarious that horror film that you sent me, like with a really cheeseball title.
Oh, Velocipaster.
Yeah, dude, I gotta watch something like that now just to
help cleanse the palate.
That's what's sad. I have to watch Velocipaster to feel better about myself right now.
So
good God.
So that for anyone who wants to know, like when you dig into history, sometimes
some scary shit.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, it was they were kind of foreshadowing that he was a monster when you just like look at his name. He's got Fuhrer in his name.
In his name, right. Maximus Fuhrer.
Magnus Maximilian Fuhrer.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Von Braun.
Anytime I hear
Maximilian.
Or Maximus from Gladiator for some reason. I don't know.
So,
wow. Happy story time.
Any questions you'd like to...
No. Can we leave? And I gotta take a bath. So shit, dude. I'm like, this is fucked. What are you doing next week? Something hopefully as cheery as this one.
Yeah, you like that my Audible was
Well, what's crazy literally is the first half of the whole thing we were laughing and I was laughing and it literally took I think you were done with the story and all of a sudden it started really
all the tumblers started falling into place.
You know what I mean? It's like I skipped 20,000. Yeah, that's horrible. Yeah, fucking the rocket. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on. Jesus. That hit me like a fucking ton of bricks, dude. Damn. All right. What are you doing next week?
We're gonna go to the suggestion pool.
Yeah. Okay.
This was kind of an audible episode for me. I don't want to say it was a fun episode. I kind of like the idea of doing this episode because, well, I mean, sorry, kiddos. Like,
nah, it's real.
You need to know where some things come from, I think.
Yeah, well, dude. I joke when I say I like learning. Learning is fun, but you always do bring some because you're a big history guy. You're a big history buff, and I am not. To be honest, I didn't pay attention much in school until I was paying for it, like in college, and I was like, "Fuck, I better," I'm actually paying for this shit.
Yeah.
But so I enjoy learning, even though some of the shit is horrendous.
Yeah.
But I don't, ignorance is not bliss. I think I live that. Yeah, I act like I live that life, but I don't. I mean,
I feel like certain things like it's fine if you really want to tout NASA. I think they're doing a lot of things these days that are kind of trying to push humanity in the right direction,
right?
To some extent. I guess there can even be an argument made against that. But I think that at least there's the effort to try.
Yeah.
But
I'm glad this guy's dead. I just wish he didn't live as long.
Yeah.
And
at the end of his life, they could have definitely put him in the fucking gas chamber.
Something.
So, but yeah,
if they had just gained all of his knowledge, let him build the ship, and then fucking stuck it to him,
yeah,
I'd have been like, yeah, no, fuck. No, you let him meet Walt Disney, you fuckers.
Yeah, and he was the face of NASA for a long period of time.
No shit.
The fact that I think that is almost more disrespectful.
Right.
Is not that he developed all this stuff or that, that we use him in to advance this technology and build our rocket program, and hand built our ballistic weapons program, which then led to all the advancements that we have in our military catalog these days. But I think that almost the greater disrespect of this is the fact that we as a country paraded him around.
Put the motherfucker on posters and shit.
As our fucking golden boy of NASA. He's like, I'll get you to the moon.
Yeah. Ugh.
And
God. And that fucking picture straight up says that. Yeah. By the way, listen to this episode and then Google this motherfucker. There's a black and white photo of him. You'll know which one we're talking. It looks like a yearbook photo.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, it's the fucking worst because he looks happy.
Hell's yearbook.
Hell's yearbook. He looks happy.
Yeah. Oh, he is happy, man. He got away with.
Oh, I hate this dude.
He got away with being one of history's fucking, like, all right, look, maybe he didn't start killing millions of people, but he definitely didn't do anything to help.
Yeah, no.
And he was complicit in it.
Oh yeah.
So, and he was, I mean, fuck it, man. Like his golf buddies were the ones
that
who engineered the attempted genocide of entire group of people. So I don't know.
Yeah,
you can draw your own conclusions from this point. I've given you what.
I'm good.
What's there?
It's awful.
So
I don't think there's any way to draw a different conclusion than what's the facts, dude. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, pretty heinous, dude. Yeah. All right, so suggestions coming up. Hopefully, there's a happy suggestion somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I feel like almost is, if not more fucked up than after the fish episode. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm fucking going to bed.
Yeah. So
I gotta watch a cartoon or some shit.
All right, kiddos.
Good shit.
Good shit.
Good shit.
Hard question mark at the end of that.
Yeah. A hard C.
Yeah. Hard C's and T's.
Oh shit. All right. Later.
Later.